What's poppin', y'all? Someone might have to call a state of emergency right now, and I'm surprised nobody's talked about this. I haven't seen anything about this, which is, I would say, poor quality is an understatement for how terrible this new Ice Spice project is. Can we even call this an album? EP, whatever they want to call it. They really don't want to package something up as an album, which I understand. It's got, 10 tracks? How many new tracks? I don't know, not too many. First off, the best song on this entire thing is the one with Central C. I would even say the best verse is Central C. The other verses, these guys they might have just walked in the booth and just spit anything. One thing that I really wanted to understand is Ice Spice was on Kai Cenat's stream, and I saw this clip where he was joking around saying, yo, how do I get a feature? And she was saying, oh, I might have to charge you. He said, man, charge me? That's crazy. She said, yeah, I either got to charge you, I can give you the homies discount, or I got to charge you, or we can do a swap. So I'm thinking, all right, Ice Spice, you're charging or doing a swap, which is a standard. How'd you get this Travis Scott feature? You had to have gotten taxed, because there's no way. After listening to this song, the song that she has with Travis, complete garbaggio. I'm telling you, the lead up and the anticipation to Travis Scott's verse is just garbage, all entirely. It's just amateur bars. It's hard to even say that it's amateur. It's not amateur. It's hell. It's pre-K bars. It's disgusting. And the music is bad too. So it's not even she's got like a good flow. It's not even like she's got some sort of melody, which is something that Ice Spice has lacked for the majority of her career. And she's been able to get away with it due to beats or features from other people. Like Munch, yeah, gimmick song, right? It's the first one that gets her on. But then I think what really, really carried Ice Spice forward was The Boy's a Liar. That song and the song with Nicki Minaj, those two really, really carried her career and I think gave her life for another year. If she just had to do it by herself, it wouldn't have been too hot. But the thing is, she even has songs like In Her Mood. The fart song is garbage. Is she a new age meme rapper? That's the question. Because a lot of the reason people like these songs is because they're memes. And it's not because the song is good. Now, there are some songs that I guess you could say are good. Like Boy's a Liar, that's a good song. But it's not entirely because of Ice Spice. And her performance there is better. So circling back to the main point, which is that Travis Scott song. Even Travis Scott's verse on here is just whatever. Don't even really care for it too much. And the thing is, because the delivery that Ice Spice is giving, it's usually like someone is spitting some bars. And when you hear that type of delivery, the confidence in the delivery, you expect to hear something decent behind it. But it's nothing decent. Her bars have not gotten any better. If anything, they've gotten worse. Hey, yo, she's got bars like, hold on, what did she said something along the lines of, I let him beat that cat called PETA. That bars like, oh, I miss Poopy, but one of the bars was no rocks, no scissors, just getting that paper. Another bar was, I miss Poopy like I need a diaper. She's got a lot of these Poopy bars, which are trash. I mean, look, we've got a lot of ish bars from Wayne, but some of them are garbage. 50%, I would say, 30% are garbage. But a bunch of them are like, oh, okay, he hit on that one. Ice Spice, she's just missing. She's shooting bricks. She's shooting bricks consistently, airballing it. It's like Bronny at the Summer League. I don't know if he's doing any better now. I just saw like the first couple of days. It would be funny if he was doing better and nobody covered it. But if he was doing crazy, I'm sure they would cover it. But yeah, she's airballing this consistently. And this is the problem with an artist like Ice Spice. She never learned how to make good music. She never learned how to rap. She's been making music for at least 4 years now, 5 years now? How do you not get better? That's the problem. How do you not get better at rapping? And this is where I have given credit to Ice Spice in the past, and she can keep that credit, but we're going to need to venture on to the next part of her career, which is abandoning writing her music. We need Ice Spice reference tracks now. I just had to say it. Because I wonder if Riot is the one that's writing the tracks too, but I don't think so. I don't think a man could come up with bars this poorly done. And it's not to say necessarily a man is a better rapper than a woman. It's just these bars, a man can't think of them, right? Like with Lil Yachty when he was writing for the City Girls, or even these other tracks that these other female rappers drop. You could understand these bars not coming out of a man's like rapping wise, but you could understand someone writing them like, okay, this would hit. With Ice Spice, it's almost like you're thinking of bars where they wouldn't hit. You're like, yo, how can I fall flat? I think there was this movie that Kevin Durant was in. You hoopers will probably know the movie. And he was doing an interview saying that he was intentionally supposed to miss a shot in one of the free throws. And it was very difficult for him to miss the shot. It was more difficult for him to miss the shot than it was to make a shot, because his whole career he's focused on making buckets and not missing a shot completely, like chucking it in the opposite direction. So I think that's a similar case with someone that even knows the basics of rapping. Like, to write bars as bad as Ice Spice is dropping, it's difficult. You kind of got to take your brain to a mode that doesn't exist anymore. It's like something that you have a skill and you need to turn that skill off, which is part of the reason why I for sure believe she doesn't have writers. But now Ice Spice is too busy. She sucks at writing herself. We just need to bring in the reference tracks. Get Riot in there, because she's loyal to this Riot dude. Get Riot in there with a writing camp. Because as I was listening to this album too, there had to be people that approved this. And I'm sure they're just looking at the bag that they're about to get from this album. But there's no way that, did they lie to Ice Spice? Like, for example, if you're an A&R for Ice Spice and she plays you this album, I would personally say, hey, I don't really like to listen to an album with the artist there. I like to ingest it on my own. That's my music listening experience, just so I don't have to keep a straight face in there the entire time. And it's not just because of Ice Spice. I would probably do that for most other artists, because there's no way you could sit there and pretend to enjoy this. You have to be a different type of beast, just a different type of species entirely. Now, Ice Spice, we always see her doing something, and this is the question too. Ice Spice is always somewhere, always appearing somewhere, either performing. When is Ice Spice recording? Now, Lil Wayne and these other rappers, they're different. They used to say Lil Wayne would, every tour date, Lil Wayne would book a studio and he would book a skate park. And he would do both. That's my goat. I don't know about y'all goat, but that's a goat right there. With Ice Spice, I think she's doing too much that she's barely recording. With that being said, if she's doing too much, Ice Spice is kind of like Saweetie now. And Saweetie made better music. This is where we gotta chalk it up. Saweetie made better music than Ice Spice. Can we give Saweetie credit for that? Y'all just talk about, oh, Saweetie's just a face, Saweetie's just a brand, this and that. Okay, but I'd much rather listen to Tesla. Is that the song? I'd much rather My Type, Best Friend. Yeah, Best Friend is the one that I'm... Tap In. These are better songs than Ice Spice has ever released. With all due respect to Saweetie. We need to put some respect on her name in this regard. Now, did Saweetie write those tracks? I don't know. But I know that Ice Spice needs to stop writing her tracks. And she might have a chance at some longevity, because this is going to burn out quickly. She's been able to keep the fire on, which is her image, her brand, if you want to call it that, for lack of a better word. But that fades if you cannot back it up with good music eventually. I think the clock starts now. Whoever's listening to this album knows it's garbage. Nobody's going to dispute that. And they know it's garbage means you better come with some heat. Also, the disrespect, I don't know how they got that Gimme the Light feature, or not feature, sample cleared. And I know that song is old. I didn't even know that song came out. That's how not in tune with Ice Spice I am. But I was in tune with most Ice Spice releases. It's just that particular one I didn't listen to, or I didn't even know dropped. And that was a crime to music altogether. The next Ice Spice song that comes out, I expect it to be so good that I know she didn't write it. Otherwise, man, we need to pack her up and get her out of here, because I completely understand why she did that new interview. And when they were asking her about beef with Lotto and these people, she said, yeah, there's no beef from my side. I feel like if I met these people, it would be all cool. Yeah, it's no beef from your side. You're dropping trash bars. You can't compete. What are you talking about? There's no beef from my side. It's like I'm beefing with Kevin Durant, or one of these haters, right? One of these haters is beefing with Kevin Durant, calling him a trash ball player. And then they ask him, oh, yeah, you got to hoop with the dude. You're going to get washed. Kevin Durant in this case is Lotto, and Ice Spice in this case is whatever bum hooper plays at his local LA Fitness, meanwhile is like 30% body fat and is armchairing their choices during the game. Of course he's going to get cooked. There's no competition here. So Ice Spice team, please get her a writer, get her some reference tracks, something, because I understand Ice Spice cannot hone her craft. For Ice Spice to get better, she's going to have to sit down and devote a ton of time to learning how to rap, just learning how to make music in general. Let's start there. She's going to have to spend a lot of time doing that, and that's going to take away from a lot of money opportunities and appearances. And we can't have that. So the only solution is to get her somebody to make the good music for her, which everyone else is doing anyway. Hey, at least you can say you made it this far on your own. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this album, please let me know. Because this is one of those things where I feel like it's unanimous across the board. Sometimes people are saying, there's subjectivity in what's great. Sure. And sometimes there's subjectivity in what's not so great. Sure. However, there is objectivity when certain things are clearly terrible. And that's what this album was. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.